Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm coming at you with the super 20-year-old Arsenal jersey. If you're into the EPL, I'm not even an Arsenal fan. I've just had the jersey forever. I think I got it for free. Go Liverpool. But anyway, I want to make a point about running and just endurance activities, kind of in general. So this would be running, swimming, biking. Um, I made an Instagram reel about this, and I kind of wanted to expand about it. So I've been running for like 23 years. I started running track in middle school. And so when you do something like running or swimming or anything like that, you kind of start off slow. Your body kind of needs some time to warm up. The first minute or two, it might be a little uncomfortable. You're not quite loose yet. Then the blood starts flowing. Your joints warm up. You kind of find your stride. You get a little bit comfortable. And then you it starts to get a little bit painful. you know your puts a strain on your lungs, it puts a strain on your muscles. Then it gets really painful, and then it gets painful to the point where your brain starts to try to convince you that your lungs and your muscles can't do it anymore. And if you're just starting out, there's a point where it's lying to you, and then there's a point where you're kind of taking it too far, and you're risking injury, from overexertion, that kind of thing. So if you're just starting out, that window is going to be kind of small. Like, it's going to hurt then, but you're going to be able to keep going. But then there's going to be a point, like, take it slow, don't hurt yourself. But the point that I wanted to make is that the more time you spend in that zone, not listening to those lies that your brain is telling you, you're you're training not only your cardiovascular endurance, but you're training your psychological endurance as well. um I've kind of used running as a tool just to make myself stronger. If you're watching this on, my channel that's got a bunch of subscribers, keep in mind I'm kind of trying to talk to two different audiences, because I'm uploading this to two channels. But so I'm an ex-addict. I used to be a heroin addict. And when you're living with addiction, one of the things I've found in my experience is that it makes you more weak-minded, because generally speaking, when you're addicted to something, you got addicted to it because it's an escape for you. Instead of dealing with life and trying to do the right things and trying to do the hard things that are gonna get your life in a better place, you do whatever your drug of choice is and you escape. So for me, using endurance activities as a tool to make myself psychologically stronger, I think has really made a difference in my life. So I'm still in the process of, I'm kind of building my life back up. You know, Things are still not ideal. I still deal with a lot of BS day to day. And one thing I've noticed from, because of that psychological endurance training, and I would even say this, like, I do jujitsu. That's another thing. You have to deal with a lot of physical discomfort when you're doing something like jujitsu. I would include this, as well. And I've noticed that these things seem to help me when life gets hard, when life gets stressful. Overall, I mean, I have good days and bad days, but overall, I find that when things get shitty, it's easier for me to kind of stay calm and keep my head and try to be logical and not get emotional and not wanting to run away from the problem, because, I believe these things have made me a little bit stronger. And that's one of the things I'm trying to promote with, what I'm doing with this YouTube thing. also on Instagram. I'm gonna put the Instagram link below. But yeah, and it never, like, I've been running for 23 years, like I said, and it still gets to the point where you still get to a point where you've got to stop and you're taking it too far. My body can handle a lot at this point. Um, so kind of that zone that I was talking about where your brain is lying and then eventually like your brain's telling the truth and you probably should stop. Like it's a pretty big zone for me because, my body's used to it. Um, but yeah, no matter how long you've been doing it for, you can there's always a point where you need to stop. So I just, I don't want, I'm trying to motivate people, but I don't want to get anybody hurt. So I've been doing it long enough. There's a point where I get, I can tell that I'm kind of risking injury by if I go any further. And that's kind of something that knowledge of like what your body is telling you, that's a learning process. Um, but anyway, I hope this video helps somebody. There was somebody that commented that, they're trying to get back into exercise. Um, I just want to help motivate people to change their lives. So hope this video helps somebody, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.